It's showtime.
What's up guys, Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more, and this is a review for Holmes and Watson. Now I gotta say, I was generally excited for this movie, before this movie was about to come out. When I heard John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell were gonna come back after like 10 fucking years in a movie, since like Step Brothers, and do a comedy movie together, I was ecstatic. I was excited for this movie. And I was didn't really care for any other movie in December, like Bumblebee or Aquaman or whatever. This was my movie. This was the movie I was looking forward to. And I would say I was disappointed. Now, I wouldn't say that I was like, I hated this movie by any means, like how the critics are making it out to be. And I actually ended up waiting because of the critics, and I was like, hey, maybe I shouldn't watch this movie right away. So, this is a comedy film starring Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell being Sherlock Holmes, John C. Reilly being Dr. Watson. And generally they have to, you know, prototypical Holmes and Watson fashion, solve a murder. And it's threatening the Queen, and they have to solve this murder, pretty much. And this is a comedy format, so it's different. All of them are pretty much serious. This one is funny. Now, with comedy films, I am very hesitant in seeing them in theaters. Very hesitant. And generally I don't see them because most of the jokes just don't land with me, and I feel like if they don't land and don't work in the film, then I feel like I wasted my money in the film. And because that's the aim of the film, to be funny, to make you laugh out loud. This film is 50-50 on the jokes. So that right there is a bad thing right there. That's not a good thing at all. So this movie is directed by Ethan Coen and produced by Will Ferrell, Adam McKay, who's always been a part of the Will Ferrell films, Jimmy Miller, and Ethan Townsend. But involves quite a lot of studios. 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. I wouldn't think it would have as many studios. I mean, I think it would just be like 2 or 3 maybe 3 at the most, but still 4 for a comedy film. Maybe it's because it's set in England and stuff like that. I guess it might be a little bit difficult, but it's just like, I don't know why it just involves so many studios, so many people just trying to come up with jokes and stuff. I have no idea. But the budget was 42 million, and box office now is 25 million, so not very good. And based on the reviews, you can see like not many people are going to be out seeing this movie. I thought the movie was okay at best. It has its funny moments, okay? It does have its funny moments. But when you compare it to movies like Step Brothers, Walk Hard, Blades of Glory, it just doesn't have those big memorable moments, and many of those at that, like it does with those films, you know? It doesn't have even just one of those memorable moments, maybe just like 1 or 2, but I wasn't like ecstatic about the film. I wasn't like, you know, chuckling so hard I was like, oh, you know, I can't even breathe, you know. I wasn't at those moments like I was with like fucking Step Brothers and memorizing every single fucking quote. And if you haven't seen my review of Step Brothers, check it out in the link description. I think it's one of the best comedies ever. Okay, I love that movie. And I was pretty excited for this movie because I haven't seen Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. And whenever you see those two in a movie together, you're generally going to get a great movie, a great funny movie. But this is just not one of them. I just feel like the premise was okay. You know, it's based on Sherlock Holmes and Watson. We've seen this a million times already. But based on a comedy format. And, you know, at first when you hear them with their British accents, it's so off-putting, and I feel like many English people who are actually going to be watching this movie are going to be super offended by this film. So I'm just going to go straight to the point. Holmes and Watson gets a... I don't believe what the critics are making it out to be as a terrible, awful film, one of the worst movies ever, 8%, and then people are giving it 22%. I honestly don't think it's that even fucking close. This is not a great movie, and I think at best it's just a 2 out of 5. I just don't think it's as, up there to 3 out of 5 for me. But still, it's not a 22%, it's not an 8%, man. Come on. This movie does have its funny moments. And some of the critics are like, oh, my mom walked out of the film. People are walking out of the film and shit. And like, fuck you. If you don't get the joke, then fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, okay? I understand there was one moment that is really cringy and just like, oh my god, But to walk out of the film, man, really? Really? It really takes a lot to walk out of a film, but I don't think this movie is worth, walking out of. It's really not that awful by any means, in my opinion. It really isn't. So I think the critics are just overblowing this. I do think it is worth watching. Maybe not in theaters. I do think it's worth watching on DVD. But it is a relatively funny movie. It's got 50-50 on its jokes, I would say. But it is somewhat enjoyable film, in my opinion. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to please like this video, comment down below, tell me what you think of Holmes and Watson if you've seen it in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, and I'll see you, my fellow Mandalorian brothers and sisters, next time. Ooh, yeah! Mother